No, this video is not clickbait. We actually did get the suite right next to our current one. So this is actually at the end of the day. Let's rewind 2 days when I first started cleaning up the shop in preparation to move, and then we'll meet back over here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so today is Sunday, Easter Sunday, and tomorrow I will be receiving the keys to the suite next door. So right now we're in 1,500 square feet and paying $1,650 a month, and then we're gonna get the next suite as well, which is 3,300 or 3,000 square feet, and we're paying 3,300. So our overall footprint will be close to like 5,000 square feet or somewhere around there, somewhere in the vicinity of that. So right now I'm gonna start moving things closer to the entrance because I think we're gonna have a car dropped off tomorrow. So to kind of expedite the process, I'm gonna start prepping things right now. And then in the cause it's like, it'll be a big difference between moving the basic stuff just right there, cleaning it off, and then just being able to move from there to the next one. That way we can get this one. I'm not trying to get everything prepped and ready over there. I'm just trying to get the stuff out of here so we can move stuff to get cars back in here for this week, because that's gonna be the biggest dilemma, is like if we're still trying to move things while we're trying to get cars in here. And Tuesday's a pretty busy day at the shop. So I need to just get the things out of here to have room for the cars. So there's actually a phrase that I always keep in my head since maybe 2017 or something, and that's "don't be a bitch." I actually have it on a little sign there. I don't really say it here much. Actually, I've never said that, nor do I cuss, just because I keep this very family friendly. I know there's a lot of parents or people that watch my videos with their younger kids or listen to their podcast. So, out of respect to not cuss, so they don't have to watch out if they, that's why I don't cuss that much. But anyways, I do have a catchphrase that I use all the time, especially in my head, of "don't be a bitch." And I've used this for, like I said, years now. And that comes from when I was a young kid, 7, 10, young. And I'd go work with my dad, whether that was in the garden at the house, or setting up fields at the park, painting some walls, or in Mexico, helping him out around the house and the yard and stuff. He would when I would struggle with picking something up or pushing something or pulling something or if I physically struggled with something, he would say "échale ganas." I mean, just imagine, Mexican culture, it would be in a lot more aggressive manner, right? In a more vulgar tone. But I'll keep it family friendly. But anyway, it basically means just put more effort into it. And the way he actually says it, right? He says it with a lot more energy, with aggression. He's like "échale ganas," except more vulgar. Then I've kept that with me since forever. So when it comes to stuff like this, it's one of those it's like your parents play a big role into how you grow up and then how you evolve as a person, and that little thing right there kind of carried over into everything of if I'm doing something on my own, if it's a problem that I have to face, right, and I can get help and this and that, but at the end of it, it's I ask myself the question, "Oh, you can't do it?" That's the question that runs through my head. "Oh, you can't do it? You really can't do it?" And then I'll be like, "No, I can do it, watch this." So, and then that's literally translated everywhere. Whether it's moving a rack, moving a bed by myself, whether that's running however many miles, it's kind of translated to everything of "Oh, you can't do it? Okay, watch this then." So here I had a little sign, "Don't be a bitch," but that comes from when I was much younger, of my dad saying it. Again, I'll let your imagination run with it, just because I keep this channel family friendly. But let's keep on running, or working. That's all I want to do. Okay, so here we are with everything. This does open up a lot more space in this shop because I just removed maybe 1/3 of the gym that was taking up the warehouse space. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove a lot of the side, most of all the stuff on the side of the wall, and bring it over here. That way all the cabinets and shelves are primarily taken up over here, and then you have a lot more width down there And then we'll still be able to fit like an additional, depending on the size of the car and such, but maybe 1 to 1.5 cars, or even 2 depending if they're like compact vehicles. But this is gonna help out a lot. I'm gonna remove a lot of the stuff from here. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up right there. All I did was I moved 2 of the cabinets in the backside, and then I moved where the towels were to the backside. Not as permanent, just to kind of clear some space to make it look a little cleaner. So hopefully tomorrow morning I can get the keys like at 9 a.m. because again, like we have a customer coming in at 1. So I just need to get all this crap out the way. Not organized, I just need to move it to the other one. I can worry about organization because I want to move all the weight stuff, the floor mats out, move the lights out of the way, and then from there, like I'll see like, well, first of all, it's gonna be basically completely empty relative to like what it was. And then at the end of the day, probably tomorrow, I'll have someone help me with moving the squat rack and the lat pull down machine. And then it begins to start organizing everything over there. So it's gonna be a hectic next few days because on top of that, still to keep up production with Diesel Groove and Proper Care, and then servicing customers with R3. So, all right, let's go back and I'll see you tomorrow. And it is now the second day. I came in this morning and I edited and published a YouTube video, sent an email out, published a reel, and I started working on the website. I'm just now waiting on the guy to come here and give him the security deposit check, and then I get the keys, and that's literally it. Like, now we start moving everything over, except it's 10:40 right now. The customer comes in at 1. So I wanna say with 3 people helping, we should move all this in about like an hour and a half. At least like this bulk here, the squat rack and the lat pull down machine, that'll be at the end of the day once we get more people, because those are pretty heavy. Those are like close to like 500 to 800 pounds, and they're all bulky and such. So that have to be with like 3, 4, 5 people. But it should be pretty straightforward because the goal is just to move it to the 105 unit. That's it. Not to organize it, not to set it up, just move it over there right now. And just like that, we now have a new suite, which is suite 105. This one is 3,000 square feet. I would like to show you a tour right now, but I have to start moving things over. So I'll do that later, but now let's just start yeeting everything over here. I need to show you guys a tour. I'll give you a quick tour because what's the point of you clicking this video if you don't even see the damn video? So the shop is 3,000 square feet. There is a conference room here, which I'm gonna turn into a podcast / media editing room. So this is it. I'm gonna paint the walls some different color because this is hideous. Like, look at that, that's pretty hideous. But this, I don't know how many square footage this is. I'm just gonna leave that because who's gonna look at the ground? There's an AC unit in there, so I will be adding a table for the podcast room, and then some type of editing station right here, and then a backdrop for photos for like Proper Care or for like thumbnails and stuff. Turn that off. So this is 3,000 square feet right here. Or not, I don't know the exact square footage of warehouse space versus office space. This is now the gym area. We've come a long way with the gym. There's a little storage unit over here, which they kind of half built it, like they didn't put the ceiling, but we will use this for like extra storage. Let me bring that up for you. And there's actually one light right here. So this will be used for storage. If we go back over here, so I do want to paint the walls. I absolutely will be installing a lot more lights, which is going to be like $5,000. The good thing from the last tenant that was here is they actually plumbed a faucet through the sink, so I can actually hook up a pressure wash or just fill up a bucket through here instead of, as you guys know, I was walking all the way to the bottom or to the end of the lot to get water. This is from the previous tenant. I'm just throwing it away. Here is the restroom. The cool thing is this is actually all office space is actually AC'd. Unlike our other suite 104, nothing is AC'd other than the office. So I mean, who cares about restroom, guys? Let's go here. So here is the office area. Again, I don't know the exact square footage, but we'll put some paintings or something up there. I don't know. This would be my office. I'm gonna paint the walls white, and then put more like signage or signs, and I don't know. It'll look cool. And then I'm actually leasing out this office, so this actually helps out a lot. It's, I don't know the square footage, I think it's like maybe 10 by 11 or 1010. But we're gonna get the contractor to close up this wall. That way it's an actually, you know, private room. But I'm leasing this one out, so that helps out a lot actually. And then over here we just have a hallway to the exit, and then you open up this door and we're back to the warehouse. Okay, that was a quick tour. I'll break it down more in a future video. So the reason why I decided to get a second unit is just because primarily it was, two reasons why. It was prohibiting me from being consistent with creating content for Detail Groove and Proper Care. And then two, it allows us to put more cars in the other units to be able to service more customers and make more money. Now, if you've been watching my day in the life videos, you'll see that I sometimes pull 24-hour shifts, meaning like I don't go to sleep until the next day. And that's because the only time I'm able to get content is either before or after the day starts. So that means if I want to record a podcast, it has to be at 6 a.m. or 7 p.m. because throughout the day, there's customers in and out, there's vehicles, there's noises, the team is going in and out of the office, there's phone calls. I simply don't have time of quiet to record a podcast. The same thing goes for YouTube videos. If I want to record a video like this for Proper Care on how to, you know, polish paint or how to clean an interior, or I want to shoot a video for Detail Groove, I have to do it either in the morning. Like the last two videos that I did, it was shot at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. because that's the only time I have. So as far as creating content, this suite allows me to be more consistent with posting content and to be able to, you know, adhere to a more strict schedule of like 3 videos per week on Detail Groove, 3 videos per week on Proper Care, and then 2 to 4 reels per day between Proper Care and Detail Groove. Now I'll give you a quick price breakdown, and again in the future video I'll break down all the numbers down for you. So the 105 unit, which is the bigger unit, it's 3,000 square feet and it's $3,300 per month. Our first unit, suite 104, that's 1,500 square feet and it's $1,650. So in total, you're roughly looking at $5,000 per month in rent. Again, not including power, not including internet, not including whatever else you want to put in there. So in total, we have these 2 units for 22 months left. Well, technically 23, but we got a deal with the landlord. He gave us 1 month free here, so we don't make our first payment until June 1st. So we're getting a month and a half or so for free, which is great. So we have the unit for 23 more months, but we're only paying for 22 months. So in total, over the course of those 22 months, I believe it comes out to like $114,000 in rent alone, not including payroll, not including, you know, suiting up this shop, which goes to my next point. It's great that it's a bigger unit. It allowed me to do a lot more things, like a lot more things. But the problem, not the problem, but what it's kind of crazy to think, which I kind of noted back early in the video, is that in order to get this place operational, and now that it's a bigger area, you have to just spend more money because there's more space. It's gonna cost in the vicinity of $15,000 just to get it up and running, right? Painting the walls, installing lights, getting the office set up, getting the podcast room set up, like getting the floor, like a lot, like just to get things operational. It's gonna be a pretty big penny. So, you know, it's like, like, am I comfortable with this decision? No, actually not. Like, for months, I contemplated getting this. Like, don't think because you're watching this YouTube video, you're like, man, that boy Oscar he does everything. It's like, I was scared. I am scared of the decision. It is very uncomfortable for me, right? But, you know, in every entrepreneur's life, like, there comes a time where you're like, dang, I have to spend this much money right now. And it's like, it's not comfortable. It's like, dang, like, that's a lot of money, because you put down the security deposit, which is equivalent of first month's rent or last month's rent, depending on how the landlord does it. And then you have to pay first month's rent. So in this case, because we got the deal, we only put the security deposit down today, and we don't pay the first month's rent until June 1st. So there's a little bit of a cushion there that helps out a lot with cash flow. So usually it's you pay first month's rent and then the security deposit, which is equivalent of, let's say, first month's rent. So in here, before we even get into the suite, you have to put down, in our case, $6,600. And that's, you know, I'm not comfortable just putting that much down in one go. So that's why I'm very happy that we got a sweet little deal that we're able to put $3,300 down right now and then $3,300 down a month and a half later, because it allows us to keep working our cash flow. So it's not comfortable. I am very not comfortable. Like, there's still a big thought in my head, like, what if it doesn't work out? What if I can't make payment? What if our business fails? What if all my videos get, demonetized? What if no one buys my courses? What if no one goes to my coaching? What if no one comes to the in-person training? What if, an employee leaves, and now how do we handle all the customers? I have all those negative thoughts too. So don't think just because you see me on YouTube and I have these, X amount of subscribers, and, I've been doing it, and I talk about business, and I'm still very uncomfortable. And the reason why I was like, it's kind of time to make the decision to be like, yeah, it's time to pull the trigger, right? There's obviously a calculated risk to this, right? It's not like I'm just pulling this, I just, one day I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me go do it. Like, it's a calculated risk. It's something that's like, you kind of look at the numbers and you say, okay, does this make sense? Does the path that we're on, does it make sense to get this suite? And again, I've been contemplating this over months. I did what I could to be consistent with Detail Groove and Proper Care on YouTube and Instagram in that suite, and I just kept on hitting bottleneck after bottleneck after bottleneck after bottleneck. And if there's one thing I hate in life, it's inconsistency, right? If I say I want to post 3 videos per week on both Detail Groove and Proper Care, I want to post 3 videos per week because I love the momentum. I love the progress, right? Like, when things get rolling, I don't want it to stop. Yes, you're gonna have days off and yada yada, but I don't want the progress to stop. Like, once we get going, let's keep it going. There's no reason why the momentum should ever slow down. So in order to continue that momentum, and in order to continue that progress, in order to hit new goals, I have to make this uncomfortable decision in order to keep on pushing forward. And look, I'm not comfortable spending $15,000 over the next few months to get this place operational, but it's like, that is the next step that I want to take. Based on where I want to be over the next 5 years, this is a step I have to take. And whenever you're spending a large sum of money, are you ever comfortable, Like, is it ever comfortable to just say, oh yeah, $15,000, here you go. Hey, $6,000, yeah, here you go. Like, it's never comfortable, right? So all I'm gonna do, and the only thing that I can do, is be consistent with my work, right? Being consistent with uploading videos, being consistent with posting posts on Instagram, being consistent with, launching online courses or doing the in-person training, which, again, another big reason why I did get this shop is because I've been wanting to do in-person trainings, but due to the headache and hassle of trying to coordinate everything through that small little shop, I couldn't do it, because if I wanted to do in-person trainings, then I have to close down the shop for a day or 2 days, because I have to work with the person, and I can't have customers coming in and out because that's gonna mess up the flow the entire time. So, and then that's obviously not a good decision, because then we're losing revenue on a day that we're supposed to be working. So another big reason why I did get the shop is because I wanted to do in-person trainings, and this allows me to do in-person training. So I don't want to make this too long of a video. I'll make a series on breaking down the shop costs and all that. So again, I will be doing in-person trainings here in Houston, Texas. Still debating between 1 day and 2 day trainings. I already have 2 slots filled. I'm doing not that many trainings, so I already have the next 2 months filled out. It's only gonna be at max 1 to 3 students per training session. It's not like I'm doing this big old class and 18, no, it's like 1 to 3, maybe at max 4 people per training, maybe 1 or 2 day sessions. I already have the next 2 months booked out. So if you're interested, just let me know and we can set something up. So thank you very much. Let me know in the comment section down below, what exactly do you want to see in this series? I'll answer every question about, or whatever you want to see. And so I'll make it into a little series, because there's gonna be a lot of work done. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I hope I actually do quite a bit of things here to the shop, because I actually want to give it some personality versus the other shop. It was just completely crowded in every single square foot of that shop. It was packed. So let me know, ask me your question down below, what you want to see, and then it'll help me create content in this series of what I should be addressing and what you guys want to see. So thank you very much. Very, very, very excited, scared, uncomfortable, but very excited to get this journey. Let me know in the comment section down below. You can check the ultimate guide to start your detailing business, or my podcast, the Detailing Business Class podcast, or my second YouTube channel, the Proper Care channel. That'll be all linked in the video description box down below. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.